Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strategic Management of Multinational Corporations, Lecture Note 9, Corporate Strategy and Vertical Integration, based on the academic courseware by Professor Shihmin Lo. While business strategy addresses how to compete within an industry, corporate strategy defines where to compete, establishing the scope and boundaries of the firm across product, geographic, and vertical dimensions. Over the next 10 to 12 minutes, we will explore Ronald Coase's transaction cost economics, the benefits of technical economies and asset specificity, the costs of optimal scale mismatches and incentive loss, Williamson's decision framework for make or buy, franchising economics, Toyota's Keiretsu supplier network, virtual vertical integration, and architectural capabilities. Let's step into the economics of firm boundaries. We begin by examining the scope of the firm and the two fundamental economic coordination mechanisms. Adam Smith described the market mechanism, the invisible hand, which coordinates independent buyers and sellers through market prices. Alfred Chandler described the administrative mechanism, the visible hand, which directs resources internally through managerial hierarchy. In 1937, Ronald Coase established that a firm expands until the marginal administrative cost of internalizing a transaction equals the marginal transaction cost of purchasing it on the open market. Consider IBM's legacy mainframe model, which vertically integrated CPUs, operating systems, and sales, versus HP's modern laptop model, which relies on market coordination across ODM and component vendors. Why do firms choose vertical integration? Internalizing upstream suppliers through backward integration or downstream distributors through forward integration. First, technical economies provide physical co-location savings, such as integrating iron smelting and steel rolling to save reheating energy. Second, when transactions involve dedicated transaction-specific investments, custom machinery, or co-located facilities, buyer and seller enter a bilateral monopoly. This exposes parties to Oliver Williamson's hold-up problem, where one side opportunistically renegotiates after sunk investments are made. Vertical integration eliminates hold-up risks by unifying ownership. However, vertical integration entails severe costs. First is optimal scale mismatch. UPS buys 20,000 trucks annually, but that falls far short of an auto assembly plant's minimum efficient scale. Second, internal supply units lose high-powered market incentives, suffering from low-powered administrative incentives and organizational slack. Third, compounding risk creates single-point vulnerabilities, demonstrated in 1998 when a strike at one GM brake plant shut down all 24 assembly plants. Finally, integrating vertically can trigger competitive friction, as when Google's acquisition of Motorola created distrust among Android smartphone partners like Samsung. How should managers decide whether to make or buy? The choice depends on key contextual factors: low vendor density, high asset specificity, severe information asymmetry, and high environmental uncertainty favor vertical integration. Oliver Williamson defined opportunism as self-interest seeking with guile. Because bounded rationality prevents writing complete contracts, firms must safeguard against opportunistic bargaining. One powerful hybrid approach is taper integration, where a firm produces a portion of its requirements internally while purchasing the rest from external suppliers to maintain internal capabilities and market competitive pressure. Vertical governance spans a continuous spectrum between spot contracts and full integration. Long-term contracts, supplier partnerships, and franchising offer powerful hybrid solutions. Franchising economics, seen at McDonald's and 7-Eleven, solves the principal agent problem in retail. Instead of employing salaried store managers who face low-powered incentives, franchisors partner with franchisee owners who invest their own capital. Franchisors provide brand and system scale economies, while franchisees supply intense local entrepreneurial effort and cost control. For B2B supply chains, Relational contracts provide governance based on long-term trust, mutual dependence, and corporate reputation. Toyota's Keiretsu supplier network exemplifies this approach. Toyota maintains long-term partnerships with independent Tier 1 suppliers who participate early in vehicle design. Suppliers retain high-powered market incentives and independent scale, while Toyota gains tight operational coordination and trust equivalent to vertical integration without rigid asset ownership. In high-tech industries, virtual vertical integration has emerged as a dominant organizational model. Enterprise ecosystems combine the specialization benefits of outsourcing with the coordination benefits of vertical integration. Consider Apple's hardware and software ecosystem. Apple tightly controls product design, operating systems, user experience, and key intellectual property, while coordinating a global network of specialized component suppliers and contract manufacturers to deliver seamless product integration. Managing complex supplier networks requires deep architectural capabilities. System integrators must maintain overall engineering R&D and system knowledge even when component manufacturing is outsourced. Boeing's development challenges with the 787 Dreamliner highlighted the immense friction that occurs when outsourcing outpaces internal architectural control. Conversely, Zara demonstrates how vertical integration can be used for strategic speed. By integrating design, automated cutting, and retail, Zara achieves a 3-week design-to-shelf lead time to dominate fast fashion. To synthesize SMMC Lecture Note 9, effective corporate strategy requires matching transaction characteristics with the appropriate governance mechanism. Evaluate transaction costs against administrative costs. Protect against hold-up risks through asset specificity alignment. Leverage market high-powered incentives and maintain internal architectural capabilities. Thank you for watching SMMC LN9 with Professor Shihmin Lo. Stay strategic, and I will see you in the next lecture.